and we are Hot Rodding and Romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome once again to an In Your Face live stream. We're going to be doing another urban survival. And while people begin filing in, I want to take a moment and apologize now for the dark content that's going to be here on the channel. So I'm kind of wait for everyone to begin. I'm going to go over a couple of things once that begins to happen. Hey, yeah, it normally doesn't happen. How you doing? Think different. Today's live. I apologize now. It's going to be a little on the dark side. So we're going to try our best to try to keep this as light as possible. But I do apologize if it's just one of those things. It's going to be a little dark, so I apologize now. Hey, what's going on, Mike? Good to see you. All right, so now that we have a total of 4 people in the live, let me tell you about the inspiration for today's topic. Was perusing through, it's one of those things. It's not, I'm worried, y'all are not easy, I know y'all aren't easy to offend and everything. It's one of those things that I've tried to do my best to keep it as light as possible for everyone. And I just, for one of these times, we're going to have to it's going to get a little serious on us for just a moment. The first thing that I need to tell you is I was kind of looking through Facebook, perusing the usual, scroll, and I came across something. And it's like one of those aha moments, and not in a good way. What basically happened was, as I was looking through, I came across this little thing that said, for all of you who's doing all this hoarding, I hope you realize that if you can't fight, you bought that from me. And it's like, there it was, right there in my face. And it's like, oh man, there are people now in that situation, that, are unable to defend themselves and don't know what to do in defending themselves. Now, I'm not going to go into the skills and those sort of things. What I'm going to do is show you guys, pretty much I can only give you the tools. After that, you guys got to, I won't go there, if you will. But I could show you guys, what the ideal stuff is, and then basically a couple of DIY projects, to kind of give yourself the tools to defend yourself. Now, the first thing that when you say the word self-defense in a situation where you could be mugged, home invasion, anything like that, the first thing that most people would expect me to say is get a firearm, right? That's the norm. Everyone, run and get a firearm. But unfortunately, there are some people that have records that they can't do that. Okay. Basically your Second Amendment has been taken from you unconstitutionally. We won't go into all that. Along with that, there are some people that live in areas that you just can't carry one. I know in some part, I think like New York, if you get caught with one, so the only people that have them are, those who are fortunate enough in this country, and the others are criminals. Horrible way to put it, but that's just kind of how it is. So now that I've said that, the next thing that out there is a good knife, because pepper spray, if the wind catches it right, it can blow it back in your face. That's no good. You can't get away that way. And one of those is really only good for maybe one, it's good for 1, maybe 2 attackers. Okay. If you're dealing with, 3, you're kind of SOL. So because of that, we gotta, let's be realistic. Okay. A knife is going to be your best bet, in a concealed environment. So the first thing that I guess you could say that I need to discuss is because the fact that everyone has focused so much time on gun rights, the knife, knife rights have been hit and nobody's paid attention. But I'm going to give you kind of some ins and outs, so you guys, so you can get a good a good blade on you that'll work as a tool. But in the worst, and hopefully it never has to happen this way. I hope it doesn't happen to any of you where you're in that situation. I'm going to, that you would have to use it to defend yourself. But if you do, you guys will have the best you can have. Okay. Now, the first thing that I need to say is ideally a fixed blade would be the best, right? A fixed blade would be perfect. And you can pick something like this up at your local flea market. Okay. Or swap meet, depending on where you are in the country. Here in Missouri, it's hey, what's going on, Harrison? Something like this would be more ideal for self-defense. And again, you could get something like this at your local flea market. Okay. And you can get it for like $5-6. In the worst case scenario, all the way up to 15. And it's not the greatest, but in a survival situation or in the worst case scenario, a self-defense situation, this is definitely this would be something like this would be ideal. Unfortunately, where you live will probably not allow you to carry something like this around. Hey, what's going on? Filthy people's gay. Oh, hey, what's going on, buddy? And then, of course, hi, honey. My beautiful, lovely wife. And then, of course, something like this you can get from your local Walmart. Now, Walmart used to carry Winchester knives. And, of course, now they've went over to Ozark Trails. It looks a lot like this. And they're pretty good. They're pretty decent blades. I've had this one for years now. Let's see if anybody can remember when the last time this blade made an appearance on the Prince Magnum channel. I know the answer. Princess Faye probably knows the answer, but I'm wondering how many of you other ones know the answer. But that being said, something like this would definitely be ideal. Unfortunately, in most places here in the U.S., a blade like this is longer than 3 inches. And a blade longer than 3 inches or longer, don't worry, the video is still on the channel. If you look long enough and you look hard enough, you'll find it. But anyhow, we'll see if anyone figures it out by the end of the stream. But this blade to carry out in public in a self-defense situation is technically illegal. So in a lot of parts of in some places they don't really say too much, but anything 3 inches or longer is considered a lethal weapon. Now, so what's the next best thing? Well, thank goodness, a lot of department stores like Walmart and whatnot, they allow you to, they basically make good folders. Now, a folder is easy to carry on you. It's concealable. It'll still get the job done. And most people are not going to look the wiser. Something like this from your local Walmart will work just fine, about $5-6 after taxes. Okay. Now, I'm going to say it right now. When it comes to pocket knives, I do not like the one-handed assist. Okay. I do not like those. I like the ones with the thumb studs. And if I can get lucky enough, the ones that have that little bitty bump right there in the back, that right there. And there's a specific reason why. Okay. With a thumb stud, I can still flip this open pretty doggone quick. And with the push button, one-handed assist, as they like to call it, we know what it really is. But it's they call it a one-handed assist. Though I had one at one time and the lock failed on me, went off and about sliced my leg open. And I said, that was it. No, we won't do that ever again. So because of that, I will not carry those. But with something like this, let me step to the side and show you what I mean. Very quick, one-handed open, and it's underneath that 3-inch marker, $5. Okay. Something like this is perfectly fine. Now, when, and this is just something, anybody can get their hands on. Okay. Now, ideally, something like this would be perfect. Okay. And this is just what I consider to be the perfect pocket knife. Okay. It has the thumb stud. Okay. And it is a good quality, made by Gerber. And it has the skeleton design here. Okay. Now this is important because it makes it lighter. Also notice the part right here. It's not cheap and flimsy. It's good and thick. So if I have to pry on something, use it like it's supposed to be, a tool. I know I'm not going to break it right away. And it has the ambidextrous thumb stud, so I can use it from a right hand or left. Okay. And a good quality pocket clip. Okay. Now with a little bit of work, opens very fast. And in a situation where I might have to defend myself, this is perfect. Okay. And I will tell you, Princess Faye is the one who bought me this. $20. But again, if you don't have $20 laying around, difference between life and death. Okay. And again, this is a 2 3/4 inch, perfectly legal. See, self-defense. I hate, and I feel really horrible. Again, I apologize because this is not where I want the Prince Magnum channel to go. Now, in the worst case scenario, there is some of those old truck stop pocket knives like this. Okay. I have no idea where this one came from, but found it in one of our old survival packs and have had it a good long time. It holds an edge. Okay. It's probably one that's been laying around for years and just wound up in my pack. No one wanted it. Thank you. Thank you, Hades. Appreciate that. So again, back to that thumb stud. Now this does not have the ambidextrous, but it does have the thumb stud. Again, I do not like those quick release, one-handed assist, whatever. Again, I had one go off in my pocket and nearly open up my leg. I mean, it came close. And I said, that's it. I will never have another one again. And I don't care how good anyone says they really are. Now, again, it is important to remember, ideally, something like this would be perfectly fine. But if we live in a world where everyone has been so focused on the gun rights that knives were hit, and it is hard to know what is legal and what isn't. Pretty much, anything 3 inches or longer is illegal to carry. Okay. So now that we have done all of that, we've talked about that. And again, I'm going to show you guys the proper way to put an edge on one of these bad boys. Okay. And this one's actually due because I use it a lot at work, opening boxes and whatnot. Again, I won't go into techniques or anything that you could do I'm really not, number one, I'm not qualified to do that. And number two, I don't feel I should. Okay. But at least showing you how to give yourself the proper tool. After that, it's up to you to find the right people to teach you how to use it in that situation. I'm not qualified. But now that we have discussed that, and I've given my disclaimer, again, also, ideally, a lot of people would prefer a firearm. And if you are in a position where you can get a firearm, I will say the best firearm you can get, obviously, in the handgun class will always be a revolver. I know there's going to be some tacticals that will hear this, and the first thing they'll say, oh, Prince Magnum, get a Glock, get a Glock. No, I'll tell you what you could do. And, basically it rhymes with, something about sucking and it rhymes with Glock. But anyhow, no. Autos are finicky little creatures. I don't care what company they're made by. Plain and simple. You want a revolver because they will not jam. Okay. And if you have more than. Exactly. And I'm going to say it like this. If I'm in a situation where I have to rely on a handgun to protect me, I want something that's going to go bang every time. It's not going to misfeed. It's not going to jam, and I'm not going to have to worry about magazines if I hadn't had a chance. Trust me, revolver is the best way to go. And I know there's going to be some tacticals out there that are going to sit there and go, oh, and notice what I called them. Notice what I called them. Anyhow, now that we've discussed that, back to the topic at hand. This is the pocket knife that Princess Faye got me for the holidays. And I love this knife. But it's time to sharpen it, okay? I have my whetstone here. I have a nice bottle of water, and we are going to wet said whetstone. They call it that for a reason. But anyhow, so we're going to go over at about a 45-degree angle, like you're like you're peeling an onion or something. Shaving a carrot. Think of it like that. Now, specifically, I love the straight edge. I do not like serrated edges because you can't sharpen them really. So again, go over it a couple of times. Don't be afraid to reapply. Uncapping our water bottle. Yes, dear?
I was just watching.
Oh, okay. 45-degree angle. Don't forget to get the tip and back towards you. Be careful because you are cutting towards you, okay? Don't do this fast. Do it slow, okay? That's how accidents happen. And I know, you got to fight that urge. Take your time, okay? Make it look like something from, the scene in Rambo 2, okay? Take your time, okay? And already, just that little bit, nice edge, flip it over. Now, if you're wondering where I got this whetstone, if Harrison is in chat, he's going to love this. I got this from Dollar Tree, okay? You get this from Dollar Tree, perfectly fine. And I know there's some out there, shows you how to sharpen it on concrete. That's in a have-to situation. I'm going to go over how to restore a knife here in this stream as well. Okay, so if you decide you want to restore that that Bowie, okay, you're going to love it. Again, 45-degree angle. Doesn't have to be precise. I know some people get out their protractors and everything, but it doesn't have to be that precise. Just pretend you're slicing a carrot. There you go. Not your carrot, but a carrot. It's a joke. What? What's wrong, honey?
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Come on, that was funny. Just go over it a couple times. It doesn't take as much as you'd think. Just like that. Beautiful. And again, nice and sharp. This is ridiculously sharp, believe it or not. I mean, and you're good for a while. It doesn't take that much, okay? Again, very simple, very easy to do. Now, again, some of you may not be in a position where you can get something this easy, or maybe you inherited something that actually is a complete hunk of junk, okay? Like this sad excuse for a pocket knife that was kind of gifted to us, I guess you could say. This particular pocket knife, when we got it, had this horrible rubberized blue paint on it and everything. And look at this blade, the serrations on it, okay? Absolutely, and the hook for the blade, absolutely horrible. I'm going to show you guys what, basically I'm going to walk you through what we did. Obviously, starting with the fact that we disassembled this sucker, okay? And y'all heard me preluding to this particular stream. In a nutshell, I soaked this thing in vinegar for probably close to, I would say close to about a week, and got all the nastiness I could using that, and to remove the rubber paint that was on it, we had to use our old friend aircraft remover. Don't worry, I got the cap on. It's perfectly safe. We're gonna be all right. Cap's on. No starships around. Anyhow. You guys are awesome. All right. So now we're gonna and basically I took and just like we did the hammer in that one stream where we polished it and everything, I did the same exact thing once I got everything cleaned off, polished everything. It looks great. It's ready to go back together. Okay. And this is one of those old truck stop pocket knives that's kind of a hunk of junk, but you'll understand once it goes back together. We're going to walk through some pretty cool little tips. All right. So the first thing that I have to do is find all the little pieces. Okay. Where's that little guy? Did I get him? I think I got him. Yeah. For the top of the blade, this is the thumb stud. A little kind of like washer like that almost, but that's the thumb stud. Again, ideally, a fixed blade would be better in this scenario.
Did you try this real quick?
Just a second. Because I don't want to lose this.
No, you're fine.
Get that back on like it's supposed to be. I have to be careful because serrations will cut my fingers. I don't think we want to see blood in this live. All righty. Okay, yes, I would like to try. That was good, Ben. Damn good job as always. All right. So we got our thumb stud in place.
I'm gonna leave you alone.
You're fine, honey. There we go. Now this is a line locker, and we'll have to talk briefly about the difference. If I remember correctly, when I took this bad boy apart, the big washer here. I took this apart about a week ago, so I'm having to remember playing puzzle time here with Prince Magnum, right? You just stop that right now, woman. You and I gonna have words.
Don't call me woman.
Yes, dear.
I'm seeing some people in chat that I've not seen before.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Okay. Oh, there's one I was looking for. Sweet.
you said he's got a Bowie knife from World War II.
Yes, I seen that. Now, to get this high mirror shine that we get, I took it through several stages of wet sanding, all the way up to 2000 grit. That's how we get the high mirror shine. Okay, so if you were wondering about that, that's how we do it.
Would you be okay if I put my headphones on?
Yeah, go for it, huh?
If you need me, just throw something at me, okay?
I think we should be okay. Unless all of a sudden accidentally you hear me go, ah, because, you know, I did something stupid.
Please don't do something stupid.
Yes, dear. And pocket clip. Might help if I put it on right. Judge me.
I didn't say anything.
No, but I can hear you over there.
So mean.
Did you laugh at me? All right.
There's something else, you know that?
Yeah, you know. Actually, I will need something. Could you get me a regular screwdriver? Because this one sucks.
What kind?
Flathead. Flathead, please, honey.
How big?
Pretty good size, actually.
How big is the screw? I mean,
That one.
okay, normal.
While she's getting that, go ahead and start working on the bottom. Again, please do not take your fingers off.
Will this one be okay?
Perfect. Let's set her down.
Hey Siri, open my messages.
Now the fun part. Hmm. Hmm. Again, you know, it's a project you could do even if you never use it. It's still pretty cool to say that you did it, right? Dang it. Hey, honey.
Yes. What up?
Ooh, hang on a second. Well, you guys get the general idea. Line locker. I'll have to make the adjustments later on, but you guys get the general idea. Okay. Now, why in the world did I polish this? Easy. See all that shininess? When it's sitting in your pocket, someone sees that and they realize you have something on you to protect yourself. They're a little less likely to bother you then. Something to think about. Now something like this, not so easy to sharpen. Again, I apologize for the darkness of this stream, but it's a necessity. After I seen that one thing, I was like, there's no way that all these people are going to be able to defend themselves against some very awful people.
Did you need me?
Yeah, kind of. There's a screwdriver that looks kind of like this, but the difference is that it's got a star head on it.
I think I saw it when I was looking for your phone.
Yeah. It'll be in that white little container doohickey thingamabob, which I'll get this together the way I want it to, regardless. Might do it the stream or we might do it off camera. Again, back to our whetstone. Now, because of the serrations, that makes it a little harder, okay?
Here's the star one, and I went ahead and grabbed the tiny flathead one just in case.
Just in case. Well, it's not going to work like that for me. Again, it's no big deal.
You need anything else?
I think that's got it. I'm pretty sure it's got it. If not, I apologize now.
It's fine. That's all right. I have to be in your way anyways. I'm sorry. I'm gonna freeze some of that soup right now. Otherwise, I'll forget.
Okay, but you guys get the general idea. Please note how I'm working this. Back to our 45-degree angle. I'm not bothering with the serrated area. Maybe at a later date, we'll remake the edge. Now that's still pretty doggone sharp. Spot right there I'm not 100% happy with, but it isn't bad. So again, this is a project that anybody could do. Finding just a cheap pocket knife, taking it back to, hey, what's going on, Sean? Just finishing up, doing a knife project for self-defense. Basically, we took a cheap truck stop knife and turned it into something that's respectable, I guess you could say. That's a good word to put, good way to put it, right? Respectable in this case. But I'm still not happy with that, so I'm going to make the proper adjustments. And just so you know, Sean, To get the nasty paint that the factory had put on this, we had to break out our old friend aircraft remover. Calm down, calm down. The cap's on. Okay, it's okay. He said painted orange and call it sharp cheddar.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Actually, you would probably, now that you've heard that, you probably would have me do it.
Yeah, if you want to use my burnt orange paint, I'm welcome to.
Right? Don't give her any ideas. That is awesome.
I'm gonna pour your soup in the bowl, and you can just heat it up later when you're ready.
Thank you,
That way
babe.
I can get some water in this pot before it gets.
Nasty.
And it's not much left in here, so you can get some out from the freezer if you'd like. I just don't know when you're gonna eat, so I don't want to waste anything.
Right, right. Thank you, baby. Taking care of me as always. I'm too busy doing what I do.
What, Galaxy? You have bad timing, sweetie. I know. Where's your dinner? What? What do you want? Do you want dinner?
You know, I'm 1,000 times better at this off camera.
Does Kitty want dinner? You want a special dinner? Oh, you do?
But you guys get the general idea. We had it together, but you know, I'm just being, you know.
I'm gonna steal this corner of your desk for a second.
My desk.
Counter, whatever. Shut. I'm feeding my baby.
Yes, dear.
Shh. He's recording. Be quiet.
For recording. We're live.
Trying, Galaxy. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm still working around you. No different when we're off camera.
Yeah, well, I'm also trying not to get on camera.
Yeah, I am just having difficulty here.
What are you struggling with? Is it not wanting to go back together?
Not easily, no. You know what? I just thought of what I could do. Never mind. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot.
What thinking? Oh, I got both of them.
And I'm sure if this was at the factory, it'd probably be a heck of a lot easier.
Don't you yell at me, young lady. Here you go. Here you go. There you go. Sure. Okay, now I'm out of your way. Maybe now I can eat my soup.
Maybe.
Damn it. You've got Clifford Smith in your thing too, by the way.
Clifford's in? Oh, man. You snuck right in on me, did you? See how you are? You guys are awesome. Thank you, everyone, for being in the live with me. A lot of people coming in and out. Actually, I can't even tell how many are in the live at the moment. 3 in the live? Well, thank you all again so much for being here with me as we attempt to mess up a perfectly good pocket knife. Normally, I'm a lot better at this. We got 4 in the live. Again, if you've not had the opportunity to hit the like button, please do so.
Clifford says don't cut yourself,
I'll be extra careful. I'll be extra careful.
to which I concur. Please don't cut yourself.
I'll be extra careful. Appreciate y'all worrying about me. There we go. Back that off a little bit. So sometimes you got to sit there and play with the, here we are playing with knives, right? Kids don't play with knives. Oh. Enough of that joke, and I know better than that. Because it would be my luck, I really will do it. There.
Mm-hmm. As the soup cools down, it's even better than hot.
Is it?
Like mildly warm. Like you almost forgot it on the counter after you heated it up. That kind of warm.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better.
Really? There we
I don't
go.
know if I would eat it cold, but
Why are we fixing the knife? Okay. Well, that's a good question. Let me tell you, I was, I guess you could say, perusing through the usual comments on Facebook. And as I was looking through those comments on Facebook, I came across something very disturbing. And to answer your question, that requires a wash. To answer your question, the post, what it said, and I realized that during these dark times that a lot of people are really unprepared for what's happening in the world. A lot of people are, in such a way that I hate to be the one to have to say it. There's a lot of people that do not know how to protect themselves. And because of that, I realized that that I was going to have to take a moment and show you guys how to fix up a pocket knife to kind of carry on yourself, how to sharpen, and that sort of thing, in case you're in a situation, God forbid, that anybody who's watching this or anywhere else is in a situation that they have to defend themselves. But unfortunately, we live in dark times right now where that is a possibility. And if any of you are in that situation, I would rather you guys have the tools on hand that you could defend yourself. Now, ideally, something like this would be perfect. And I'll go over it again. I do not like the one-handed assist. We know what they really are, folks, okay? Let's just go ahead and say it. They're switchblades that come in for knives similar to this. Yes, I said it. Oh, they're not. They're not. Just skip it. We know. We know. And the reason why I do not like those one-handed assist, in reality, switchblades, is because I had one time and it went off in my pocket because the lock itself was faulty. It happens, okay? And when it did, it nearly sliced my leg open. Ideally, What I prefer is one that has a pocket clip, an ambidextrous thumb stud, and or a little thing on the back so I can flip it open, quick, easy to defend myself. Now, again, ideally, a fixed blade, something like this. And again, let's see if anybody can figure out what video was the last time we seen this little guy. Something like this. That's what you would think, but I will say this. Even though I am Prince Magnum and I am a big advocate of firearms, if you are less than 10 feet away, a handgun or a rifle is not going to do you any bit of good. If you have a shotgun, that's a game changer. But still yet, if you do not have enough time to pull that out, someone with a knife can take out someone with a gun just as quickly. There has been video to prove it. It is possible, okay? So most of the time in a mugging situation like you may run into today, you are not going to have enough time to pull a gun to save your life. And I don't want to be the one to have to say that. So the middle of the road solution is a good pocket knife, okay? Because in a lot of places, a fixed blade that's longer than 3 inches is considered a lethal weapon. That's the magic number. So ideally, something like this would be preferred, but a good pocket knife is just fine in a situation like that. But yes, I agree. A firearm is going to be your best, it's a good equalizer. But unfortunately, in a mugging situation like you may run into today, with that post, you know, what that post basically said was, for those of you who are hoarding and you can't fight, just realize you bought that for me. And it's like, I realize that a lot of people out there don't know much about this sort of stuff. And in most cases, a pocket knife is going to be your best, is going to be the one thing that a police officer is not going to throw a fit about. And what we were doing was basically going back, and of course, I'll finish this up off camera, but you guys get the general idea. It's a line locker, thumb stud, very quick, very easy to use. And again, I'll tighten all of this up off camera, but you guys get the general idea. But ideally, a gun would be preferable, but in a lot of places, you can't carry one. You just cannot carry one. And they throw a fit about it. So let me go through again. Maybe you inherited something like this. And again, why did we polish it? Because if somebody sees that polished, they don't know if you know how to use it. And a police officer is not going to throw a fit about it. Again, I'll work out the details and make this thing super slick, easy to use. $5 at Walmart, okay? Quick, easy to use. Worst case scenario, you've got to use something, you know, quick and fast, you know, and you know, you could pick something like this up at a flea market somewhere. Again, line locker, not necessary. Real quick, when you start seeing the inlay here, and if it gets super thin, it's cheap made. It's junk, really. This one, it's a pretty tough plastic, but the inlay is still pretty, you know, it's hardened steel. It's decent. Okay. Again, line locker, that's your lock. Push that in, closes just fine. Now, the one that we sharpened earlier on camera, this is the one that Princess Faye got me for the holidays. And it has all the features that I truly love about a good pocket knife. And let me walk you through it. Okay. Ambidextrous thumb stud, okay, for that quick flip that you see. Pocket clip. Skeleton design, lighter than the norm for this, okay? Got a good grip, got a really good grip. So if I'm cutting something, I'm not fighting it. My grip is nice and comfortable. Allows me to cut, because to me a knife is actually supposed to be used as a tool. And of course, you know, It's easy to sharpen. I mean, this is a good knife, but most people don't have 20 bucks laying around. Okay. This is a Gerber knife. And again, it's under that 3-inch marker. It's 3¼ inch. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why I like this. And in the worst case scenario, I can pull this and defend myself just fine. Again, I will not be giving away any techniques for using something like this. I am not qualified, for one. And number two, that's going too far into a dark area that I really don't want to go any further. I will leave it up to you guys to find those tutorials on your own. Okay. I just don't feel that that's a direction that we should go. But again, very quick, very easy to use, and it holds an edge just fine. But again, in the worst case scenario, you might get stuck with some flea market or some gas station, and you're just going to have to work on it and bring it up to your standard. Okay. And what should be your standard? Straight edge, ambidextrous thumb stud, pocket clip, and notice where it locks in there. That is not thin. The last thing you want is something thin and flimsy. So if you have to pry on something, because where a pocket knife will actually fail is right here on the joint. They always fail right here. Doesn't matter. They're notorious for failing right in here, okay, where that joint is. That's why the full tang design doesn't, okay? So again, this would be more suited for, more suited for a defense situation, or even better yet, something like this would be better suited. But unfortunately, while we've all been worried about our firearm rights, we were having our knife rights taken away. So again, this would be better suited. I'll have to finish this off camera, but you guys get the general idea. Okay. And again, this did have this horrible rubber paint on it. But we used our dear friend aircraft remover. Again, it's perfectly safe. I got the cap on. Oh, Princess Faye wants me to sharpen this one for y'all on camera. This is hers. She really likes this one. I got you this one, didn't I? Where's the other one?
Stolen.
Oh, someone stole the other one from you?
Probably somebody at work. We have such a turnover, right? You never know who you're going to get.
So, again, very quick, very easy to use. And Princess Faye loves the color. $5 knife at Walmart will hold an edge just like anything else, provided you put the effort in. And again, real quick, if you do any cooking like we do, it's always good to know how to sharpen a knife, because a good sharp kitchen knife goes a long ways. Okay, again, please note, 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle. Think of it like you're, slicing a carrot, shaving a carrot, or peeling a carrot. So, not your carrot, but a carrot. Very gently. And notice I'm not really rushing, taking my time. Okay? Just a regular whetstone from Dollar Tree, okay? Just wet it down. And it doesn't take super long. Go over it a couple of times, okay? Again, like you're peeling veggies, okay? Flip it over. It's got the other side for a nice smooth polished edge. Again, that again feels pretty good. Feels pretty doggone good. Again, if you've not had the opportunity to smash the like button, please do so. Again, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Notice I'm not I'm not gouging it in. 45-degree angle. That's all it takes. Just like that. Like peeling an onion. And when I say 45-degree angle, think different. You're having way too much fun. All righty. We're going to go over. Princess Faye made this awesome taco soup. And of course, she did that off kind of off camera. So I'll show you guys what she's hooking me up with. Okay. Again, nice sharp edge. Okay. I could use a little tightening there. Other than that, it's good. It's good. So again, notice that inlay. It's decent. Okay. So, in a have-to situation, this could save your life in a have-to situation. God forbid that any of you out there have to be in a situation like that. But anything is better than nothing, And again, one of the reasons why I like the ambidextrous thumb stud, good for righties and lefties, okay? Again, now, real quick, if you have one that's a little stubborn, won't flip open real quick, a little bit of 3-in-1 oil, go lightly, real lightly, down inside of there, move it around a little bit, and it'll free it up pretty nice. Or just do what I do sometimes, just sit there and work with it. Don't get excited. Anyhow. And again, this is the design that I prefer, but anything will do. Okay? Just whatever you can get, please, I hope that none of you have to be in a situation where you have to defend yourself like that. But if you do, now you know how to put an edge on. You can restore one at least, or, better than I did today. Should have seen this thing. Even had these horrible little funky looking rubber grips. These were disgusting. Got that out of there. So I'll work on this, of course, off camera. And then one of the next times we go live, we'll bring it back on. I'll show you guys how I got it together. Hopefully I get it together. Anyhow, but you guys get the general idea. Again, and we've got a pretty good edge on there. And boy, she polished up nice, didn't she? Looks great. All right. So again, there we have it. Now, off to the office for a little bit. And let's talk about some lighter stuff real quick. So what's coming up for those who are now just joining us today? Wow, you guys are awesome. Awesome. Ooh, I'm scared of the dark. Anyhow, you guys are awesome. I'm glad you all were here with me today. Always makes my day when I go live and you all are here with me. And again, I apologize about the dark subject. I really did not mean to, I don't like talking like that. I don't like going places like that. And unfortunately because when I seen that, I thought, oh man, there's a lot of people out there that do not know how to, again, ideally, we talked about that. And again, if you are fortunate enough to have a firearm on yourself or you're able to get one, I will say again, please do not listen to the tacticals out there. Get yourself a good revolver. And if you are in that situation, the best kind of revolver to get, obviously the best revolvers out there will always be Smith & Wesson. You will pay for them, but you get what you pay for. And your best bet is to go with a .357 Magnum because you have your choice of 3 ammunitions. You can use 38 Special plus P, or the 357 Magnums, a total of 3 different ammunitions. So in a true survival situation, that will do the job. And of course, obviously, double action is preferred. Now, if Smith & Wesson still has this nasty habit of putting an Uncle Mike's pistol grip on there, you're probably going to want to switch out for the Hogue. That's what I found when I had my Smith & Wesson Model 66 -6 357 Magnum revolver. You didn't get any better. As a matter of fact, that particular style revolver used to be carried by police officers at one time. And Smith & Wesson no longer makes that one. You guys shouldn't have stopped. Of course, it uses the K-frame. See? Told you. And I know, again, there's going to be some tacticals out there that are going, oh, Prince Magnum, get a Glock. Yeah, if you want the thing to jam on you, all autos have that nasty habit. Even the 1911s, even as much hate as the tacticals give them, the 1911s are phenomenal, handgun. You cannot argue with a slug that's almost half an inch in diameter. You cannot argue with that. And let me put it more into perspective like this. Most of them will say, go with the, the 9mm, the follow-up. Only takes one with a 45 ACP. Even a non-lethal shot is still lethal, because if that person does not get medical attention in 5 minutes, they will bleed to death. So if that's any indication of the firepower, and a tactical will not tell you that. A survivalist, someone who knows their firearms will tell you that. You only need one. And I guarantee the first time someone sees a 1911 45 ACP being pulled, the fight's over. They're not playing, okay? But ideally, a revolver is the better way to go. But a lot of people out there, this mainly was for the people that cannot own a firearm. That's what this was mainly about. So now that we're back in the office, let's talk about what's coming up, because I am tired of talking about this dark stuff. Let's get on to what have we got in store. Now, tomorrow, let's see, what did I have in mind for you guys tomorrow? Tomorrow, if all goes well, we are going to go back out and hang out with Project Spirit. You guys really enjoy Project Spirit, so we're going to hang out with Project Spirit. I enjoy hanging out. It's my car, of course. I love. If weather isn't permitting, we will find something else to do. Oh no, we won't be hanging out with Project Spirit tomorrow. Project Spirit's going to have to wait a day. Tomorrow is Thursday, Sober Talk Thursday. I almost forgot. No, tomorrow is Thursday, Sober Talk tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be going live and doing Sober Talk. If you know somebody that is not in recovery, or maybe they are in recovery, I do not have my concealed carry. I will say right now that for those that do not know, if you go back through a lot of the old In Your Face videos, you would be surprised to know that I have been battling the state of Missouri for crimes that I did not commit. The state of Missouri is the only state here in the United States that I know of that is communist and gets away with it. Because we are in the Midwest, nobody talks about it. As a matter of fact, if you look back last year, we have a video where I made an entire police department. I basically exposed an entire police department right here in Missouri for being incapable of performing law enforcement at the most basic level. Okay. And talked about it. It's about a 45-minute video. Blow your mind. Okay. Blow your mind. Now that I've talked about that, again, this video was really focused on people that are not able to purchase a firearm to defend themselves. At least they've got something. It's better than nothing, When you're in a situation, where someone is about to mug you and all you could pull out is a hand with skin, that puts you in a bad situation. Okay. So think about it along those lines. My thoughts on open carry. It should happen more. I am totally for open carry. As a matter of fact, I honestly believe that I think it's a great deterrent. But a lot of people get nervous about it. But I, for one, perfectly fine with that. I'd rather see someone open carry, than you know, than the concealed carry, because at least I know it's there, okay, and at least I know that if basically if they're willing to be open about it, then I know they're good, that they should be good enough to you guys see where I'm going with this. But why do you have to hide it, sort of thing, just something to think about. All right. Now I will tell you that I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A total of 5 more aircraft remover gags to release to you all. One of them, Princess Faye really does not want me to release. She's like, it's not. If I could, I would. But that's just me. But there are more aircraft remover videos to release. Now I'm going to ask all of you. Do you guys want me to release one today? Because I can release one before, after the stream. I can release another aircraft remover. And it'll be, basically, if you guys want, it's there. If not, we'll wait till the weekend. Completely up to you guys. Also, dang it. Hang on a second. We got to go get it. Because we're getting close to the end of the stream because I'm awfully hungry. What am I doing? Coming back. Oh, yeah. Because I don't know if anybody... Yes, release the one she doesn't want you to. We'll wait till the weekend. By the way, the aircraft remover gag will continue on. We will continue that gag until we all get tired of it. I've got a bunch of them ready to go. Now, since we are getting close to the end of the stream, I'm wondering if any of you have all figured when the last time this showed up in a Prince Magnum video. Most of you probably don't know, but if you were to go back through the channel's history, you would find it all the way in my very first video. That is not a joke. My very first video before there was an actual Prince Magnum channel. We're talking almost 8 to almost 10 years ago. Oh, think different. Really? It's okay, buddy. It's okay. You know what? Let me take a moment here. All BS aside, okay? Are you sober today? Okay? See, the thing of it is I know everyone, that, you got to get it back to back to back to back. If you fall short, but you still make it back, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means you learned how not to stay sober. Okay? And the other thing I'm going to tell you is don't ever compare your sobriety to someone with years, okay? So what, today's Wednesday? So you know what? You got time now. Hey, Subaru Nerd Vapes. Welcome to the live. We just got through with the dark stuff on all this, but right now we got a dear friend that needs a little bit of a pep talk because he too is in recovery like me, and he kind of had a slip. Okay, so let's cover that real quick. Yes, he did have a slip, but it doesn't mean you failed. You just learned how not to stay sober. Okay. We will definitely do a sober talk for you tomorrow. And you know, I think it's time I give the newcomers talk tomorrow. You pretty think different, you pick the topic. Thank you for helping us all pick out tomorrow's topic. You made things easy for me, okay? Thank you from the bottom of my heart on that. Okay, so again, we do have an aircraft remover. We have a total of 5 of them, and I've got a couple more aircraft remover gags. If we want, we'll keep it going for a little while, as long as you guys want. And of course, that's right. Hey, we've got it. We've got our, an addict brethren. I'm sober, a member of Alcoholics Anonymous. My sober date, which I'm very proud of. You can get one through AA World Services. I think even Kendall might even have the big book online now. Hang on. You asked the right question. You should be able to get one directly through AA World Services. I believe I can. I know the next one's going to be pretty good. Aircraft Remover 4 is going to be pretty good. Aircraft Remover 5 is probably going to be the best, in my opinion. Aircraft Remover 6, pretty dang good, not bad. Exactly. I've got 14 years myself, Subaru. My sober date is February 7th, 2006. So I've been at it a little while. Just like you. But yeah, you can order, or just a lot of times if you look up in the area. Oh, wow. I'm glad you got clean. Because that's some horrible stuff right there, brother. Whew. Oh man. But but the one that Princess Faye is not a real big fan of, doesn't really want me to release it. It's called Aircraft Remover Other Uses. That's the one that she really does not want me to release. She doesn't like it, absolutely despises it. Can I do better than Aircraft Remover 1? I will tell you by the time we get to the 5th one. Exactly. And sometimes a lot of people forget, being in the anonymous 12-step programs, that we can become so anonymous that no one knows where to find us. That is a problem. A lot of times you can also check the yellow pages, or you can, there's several ways to order a big book. But I know AA World Services loves it whenever you say, even asking where open meetings are in your area. So if you yourself just want to go, yes, we will be going live tomorrow at 7 p.m. for Sober Talk. And I know we're going to pick up the big book at a couple of different points. But I'm going to give this special newcomers talk. It's been a while since I've done it. So we're definitely going to do it. We're definitely going to do it. No question about it. Again, don't forget, for those who are enjoying the aircraft remover videos, we have a playlist now for aircraft remover. So we're definitely going to be doing, so you guys want another one, we'll go ahead and release another one today, and we're just going to keep this gag going. Subaru, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've been releasing these goofy little videos, and it started with a video that I had edited together, what we did to Project Spirit, my 1975 Ford Maverick, where we did the taillight panel. Well, if you watched it all the way to the end, you've seen this gag on aircraft remover. And we even made a joke about it a couple of times throughout this live. As a matter of fact, and you can already tell where the gag is. Okay, aircraft remover. Oh, so you've seen exactly what I'm talking about. And the whole point of it is, obviously, it's just to keep everybody laughing, to remind everybody not to get so dang serious through these dark times. And because of the series, I mean, basically I did the one, and I thought, well, everybody else. Sean, I get a lot from you guys being here. You guys are real quick, Subaru, I'll tell you, if you're not familiar with this, I'm going to say it, and say it loud and proud. And a lot of other people's channels, you guys are, I'm part of your family when I'm on your channel. But when you're here, you are the Maverick Nation. You guys are the ones that think outside the box and all that other stuff. I will say it again and again and again. I am the luckiest content creator in the world because I have the Maverick Nation. You guys backing me up. You guys are awesome. And earlier in the live, I did show this again. Don't worry, the safety's on. We got the cap on, so we're okay. Don't have to take out any starships at the moment. People are eating this up. And of course, I've got a few other gags with this. I mean, I even got one. Okay, I'll just tell you. The Nerd Nation. I like that. So along with this, I will tell you, for those that are Chuck Norris fans, Aircraft Remover 6, believe it or not, is actually something from a Chuck Norris movie. And when I put it up, I'll give the movie, and of course, if you guys want to look it up, and I will tell you, for any dads out there, you definitely need to be watching this movie with your kids, because I think on Father's Day, it's definitely a Father's Day movie, okay? Especially if you like action movies, and especially if you like action movies from the 80s. Oh, yes. And I love doing Sober Talk. It's one of my favorites to do. I love doing Sober Talk. So we're definitely going to be releasing Aircraft Remover 4. I will tell you, Aircraft Remover 5 is the best one of them all. 6 is still pretty good. And if we want, I might look at doing a little bit more, but I do have kind of the grand finale, the grand poobah of them all. And then, of course, we've got Aircraft Remover, Other Uses. We might release that one over the weekend. We'll release that one over the weekend. Okay? And then we'll have 5 for later next week. All right? How's that sound? You know what? I'll tell you, do you know the longest part of my sobriety was the first 24 hours? the longest and hardest to get over. And you know what? You're sober now. That's all that matters. Okay? We live in the present. Okay? We live in the present, my friend. If you keep a foot in the past and a foot in the future, you're just pissing on today. Plain and simple. Okay? Stay focused on the here and the now. Where are you right now? Are you sober right now? And if you're sitting there saying, yes, I'm sober today, that's all that matters. I'm sober today. That's all that matters. All the days and years before don't mean anything if I don't stay sober today. So that's all we got to worry about is just today. Tomorrow isn't here yet, and yesterday was a memory. That's where we're at. Okay? Anything beyond that, you're just asking too much of this alcoholic. So that's what we're going to focus on, okay? Unbelievable. You guys, again, are awesome. All right? So I am awfully hungry, and my coffee cup is empty. Right? Just lots of coffee. So again, thank you all for being here. If you had not had the opportunity to smash the like button, if you would so kindly do so at this time. Also, again, tomorrow is Sober Talk. Friday, we might spend some time with Project Spirit, but I know definitely, because I've not been able to take Princess Faye out on any dates whatsoever and do any date videos for you guys, we're going to do kind of a quarantine date video. I'm going to show you guys something really easy to cook. Again, we're probably going to spend a little bit of time with Project Spirit. That day we might do a short live, polish up one of the wheels, kind of hang out with the old girl, fire her up, listen to her run, just that, the stuff like that, hang out with her a little bit. I know y'all enjoy that. I enjoy it too. I enjoy it. What would you like, Sean? What's your big favorite? I got a funny feeling I know what he's going to say. All right. All right, I think I know what you're going to say. Because I'm already looking for it. I know. Yes, yes. I will do so. Definitely do that. Definitely do that. I thought you were going to ask me to do the file joke. The filing joke. Because during all right, I will. I thought you were going to ask me about the camera mount that I made. For anytime, man. You guys are awesome. I couldn't ask for much more as a content creator. And again, we will continue to go live as often as possible. And I pushed my day off and basically loaded content day where I take the day off. I have pushed that back one day. We will go live this Sunday. Not sure what we're going to do. Also, we have a surprise, all permitting. If everything goes okay, I have a surprise for y'all Saturday. I won't tell you anymore, but I have a surprise for y'all Saturday. Okay. If it goes well, if not, it'll just expect something off the wall. We'll have fun regardless Saturday. But Sunday, we will find something else to do. We were just going to, during these quarantine times, we're going to find as much positive as we can. We're going to get through this mess together, all of us together. We're going to get to the other side. As a matter of fact, some of what I've also been doing is I've been recording various moments, some kind of the behind the scenes stuff. kind of what's been going on during this quarantine time. And we'll release it as a big documentary, okay? But loaded content will be the next installment for the Legend of Zelda series. Sean, you guys have watched me break down a few times here on the live, okay? Through this tough time, I really have not had a chance to fully break down over the passing of my grandmother. It's just one of them things. I've not had the opportunity to really kind of sit down and have that moment, truly have that moment. Maybe by the time all this is over with, we'll all get to do that together. I'll get to talk about the passing of my grandmother, because I've not had the opportunity to kind of really sit down and kind of do that yet. I wanted to go live on the day that I got, on my 14-year sobriety birthday, but I couldn't do it. Because that day we were burying my grandmother, So there's been a lot of craziness that's been going on, and I'm just very grateful my grandmother is not around to have to put up with all of this, because she was in a nursing home and my poor grandpa would not be able to go see her. So, I know that's horrible to say, but at the same time, I don't know how the family would be able to hold up through this whole mess, through all of that. So, you guys again are awesome. You prop me up through these tough times too. You guys are getting me through some tough stuff right now. You guys are amazing. Again, I'm the luckiest content creator in the world. I have you guys, the Maverick Nation, right behind me. You guys are awesome. You guys are the ones that are taking me to the top. Again, thank you. You guys mean the world to me. We've been getting through this mess. And since, because Sean, I know I had a feeling you might ask about it. I'll do the joke for you. Doggone it. Hang on, where is it? Anyhow, real quick. DIY projects, through these tough times, always a must, okay? Princess Faye is like, shoot, you don't have to go anywhere. You just find stuff to do. And I do. I got upset because some of the cameras that I use, there's no real mounts for them, because I use my dash cams a lot. I just take them off and move them wherever I need to. Well, I got sick and tired of the fact I didn't have, you can't get a good camera mount for these. So I made one like that. And to get that where the lens will actually sit like that, because that's how it goes, like that. To get that, I had to take a file and kind of half moon shape and kind of cut right through here and just kept rubbing it till I got that perfect. So I guess I'm pretty good at filing. So maybe I should try my hand at being a secretary. Sean's favorite joke. But yeah, that's how I got that. Just filed it out right like that. So Sean's favorite joke. All right. I do that one now just mainly for you, buddy, right? All right. So again, you guys are awesome. And despite expect more gags with this. More gags just for you guys. We're going to keep that joke running as long as you guys want. As long as we're watching it and we're laughing, we're going to just keep it coming. All right. Again, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here with me. So that brings us to our usual spot. Again, if you've not had the opportunity to smash the like button, please do so at this time. And as always, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is. Just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet. Do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, especially in these dark times, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.